Hello again. We're going to just take a quick look at some Maya render settings for some of the characters we've been working on. We've got this really cool alien gladiator going on here, and he looks really smooth because we used the number 3 on the keyboard to get this smooth preview. But if I hit number 1, select him and hit the button, you can see here's his actual polygon count and the number of faces and everything that it takes to create him. It's a little more blocky and not exactly what we want for our preview, right? So I think in this case we got used to the having the smooth preview on, and maybe even as we model that way, we can forget that our models actually might look one way when we're seeing a constant preview the other way. But I've got preview on here. Hit the number 3 again instead of the number 1, and I can do a quick render. Let me just go up here. Let me hit my render settings first. By default, we'll be on Maya software, right? And so when I do a quick render of this particular guy, he's going to come out exactly as he really is, right? He's going to come out blocky, and we're going to see that kind of the real polygons and the real smoothing. But if I just quickly jump over to Maya hardware and do a render again, you can see that it retains the smoothness. So that's one quick way to make sure that your characters are looking their absolute best when you're rendering. Another thing we can do in here, there's a ton of other settings underneath the render settings, right? And so there's drop downs for each of the software and hardwares. There's fog, there's motion blur, there's all kinds of things we can do in here that we can explore at a later time. I do want to, there's a smooth wireframe enable, multi-sample, anti-aliasing. There's a lot of things in here that we can do just to keep things looking their best. If you're not using the Maya hardware because you don't have the smooth preview option on, there's some other things we can do in Maya software as far as just making sure that our objects are being rendered with the right settings. So we can go back here to Maya software, and again, this won't give us that smoothness, but we can come into the Maya software settings themselves and adjust quality, right? So we can go to the highest qualities and really get better rendering for each frame, but that does come at a cost of time and processing. But anyway, for those who are, that's what that button did. Let me just go back to that. Yeah, that's just showing a thicker preview even here in the viewport. But for those who've used that smooth preview, just switching over to Maya hardware is a way to retain some of your look without having to go rig or remodel any of your topography on the model. So hopefully that was helpful to some of you, and we'll see you next time.